In a distant age when legends wove the fabric of everyday life, people turned to the wisdom of philosophers and storytellers to understand themselves and the world. Today, the same questions of self-belief and confidence echo in boardrooms, classrooms, and the quiet moments of our own reflection. Through the voices of ancient Greece and India, we will uncover stories that still resonate, practical lessons that can be applied in the modern world, and a philosophy that will illuminate the path to internal power. Chapter 1. Title: The Mirror of Persephone. Long in the depths of the Hellenic countryside, the goddess Persephone stood before a crystal bowl, watching the reflection of every mortal who passed beneath the ancient temple's arch. When the young shepherd Paeonia, eyes bright with hope, approached, Persephone's face smiled, but the reflection was dull. "What is it that dulls your light?" the goddess asked. In a whisper, Paeonia admitted that she felt unworthy, that no one could expect a shepherd's daughter to command the great wheat fields. The goddess said, "Your thoughts are the first seeds you plant. The seed of doubt feeds the darkness. The seed of belief blooms the garden of your fate." He then gave her a little silver coin, an offering that represented the first act of self-trust. "Carry this in your pocket, dear one," the goddess whispered. "When the world doubts you, touch it and remember that you are worthy of both the coin and your destiny." Modern life is no stranger to doubts. A young entrepreneur may find her face turned away by investors. A student may feel invisible in a sea of classmates. The mirror of Persephone reminds us that doubt clouds the mind like a night fog. It is our choice to clear the mist, to let our self-belief plant bright seeds in our inner garden. Practical lesson. Like Persephone's silver coin, every individual can carry a tangible reminder of worth. Write a small card with affirmations and keep it where you can see it. When doubt flares, read the words and let them kindle confidence. How to apply it today. Every morning, before you set out for work or school, find a small, meaningful object, a stone, a key, a smooth shell, and place it on your desk. When you encounter self-doubt, touch the object and recall that you have a personal reminder of your worth. Conclusion. Ancient myths are not distant stories. They are mirrors reflecting the truths we still face. Persephone's lesson shows that confidence begins inside, and the only barrier is the thought that stands between you and your potential. Call to action. If you found this reflection on self-belief inspiring, please give this video a like, share it with a friend who could use a boost, and subscribe for more journeys into ancient wisdom. Reflective question. When you first notice a thread of doubt in your day, what tangible reminder can you place with you to counter it? Chapter 2. Title: Describes silence. In ancient India, the great sage Vænana, a master scribe, spent years compiling manuscripts of the Vedas. One day, a troubled boy asked, "Teacher, how do I become worthy to write these sacred texts?" Vænana smiled and asked the boy to bring a handful of pebbles. When the boy returned, the sage arranged the pebbles in a small pile. "Now strike the first pebble with a stone," Vænana said. As the boy struck, the pebble cracked, revealing a bright stone at its core. Vænana repeated the motion with the rest, each time uncovering a unique gem. "Confidence is like these hidden stones," the sage explained. "The world does not reveal your true worth until you choose to strike the first pebble." He urged the boy to write, even if his words seemed small. Let the ink be honest, the truth will shine through. Today, the writer, the coder, and the designer face silent criticism, like pebbles that hide the brilliance beneath. We hesitate to release our work, fearing we won't create something valuable. Yet, each act of output uncovers a part of ourselves. Practical lesson. The act of creation unearths hidden talents. Even if the result feels flawed, the process itself is a disclosure of self-confidence. How to apply it today. Choose a small project, draft an email, write a short blog post, design a quick graphic. Focus on completion, not perfection. After finishing, examine the work, you'll notice unseen strengths. Conclusion. Vænana's story reminds us that confidence is discovered, not given. By taking action, by striking the first pebble, we begin to see our capacity and worth. Call to action. If you are ready to strike your own hidden stones, please like, share this story, and subscribe so you can keep discovering the hidden gems within. Reflective question. What small act of creation can you commit to today that might reveal a hidden strength within you? Chapter 3. Title: The Contest of Athena. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategy, once challenged the greatest warriors of Greece to a contest. She instructed each to draw an Athenian shield and write a poem that captured the spirit of true courage. The bold warriors were quick. They drew broad, striking symbols and wrote martial praise. One quiet elder, known for his wise counsel, worked slowly. He drew simple geometric lines and instead of grandiose words wrote, "The greatest battle is within. To conquer one's mind is to win the war." When Athena judged the entries, she lifted the elder's hand and proclaimed, "The shield of truth is forged by a quiet mind." In our lives, we often measure self-belief by noisy achievements. We assume that grand gestures or applause signal confidence. However, the story teaches that inner conviction, expressed through calm action and clarity, commands real power. Practical lesson: self-confidence is not about being loud, but about maintaining integrity amid distractions. How to apply it today? When faced with a choice, follow the crowd or pursue a different path, pause. Ask yourself, what is the best, most authentic choice for me? Listen to your inner voice and act, even if the outcome is uncertain. Conclusion: Athena's tale shows that true confidence originates from the quiet interior, where we hold our own perspective, not the echo of external admiration. Call to action: if you resonated with Athena's voice of quiet conviction, tap the like button, share this wisdom, and subscribe for more deep dives into timeless lessons. Reflective question: when is it most important for you to choose silence over noise in asserting your confidence? Chapter 4. Title: Maya's Mirror and the Phoenix. In the Hindu epic, the goddess Maya, often associated with illusion, guided a young warrior named Badrak. Every morning, Badrak would stand before a pond and ask, "What am I?" The reflection in the still water returned images of his strength, yet also shone a shadow of fear. Maya, instead of dismissing the fear, said, "Fear is only a wing. If you learn to fly, it becomes a feather." Later, when the tribe fought a rival clan, Badrak's confidence surged. He realized that the fear he once saw could be harnessed to lift his resolve, like the phoenix rising from flame. He rallied his tribe, and the battle turned in their favor. Today, many of us are taught to hide when confronted with fear. Yet, modern psychology confirms that facing fear makes us stronger. By acknowledging fear's presence, we can convert it into confidence, much like the phoenix rising anew each day. Practical lesson: confidence grows when fear is acknowledged and reworked into motivation, not avoided. How to apply it today? Take inventory of one fear that holds you back. Write a short paragraph that reframes the fear as a stepping stone. Then, commit to one concrete action that brings you closer to confronting it. Conclusion: Maya's guidance reminds us that the mirror of self-belief reveals both our strengths and our shadows. To be truly confident is to hold both, recognizing that fear can be transformed into powerful wings. Call to action: if you have learned to embrace the shadows in your growth, please like, share, and subscribe for more empowering insights. Reflective question: which belief or fear has you holding back, and how can reframing it empower you? Chapter 5. Title: The Weaver of Confidence. In ancient Greece, there was a famed weaver named Ianth. Her tapestries were legendary, depicting mythic scenes with flawless detail. Yet her workshop was humble, and people visited often, asking how she made such intricate designs. Ianth told them, "Every thread originates from a single, tiny seed. Each color of confidence must first be woven into the thread of effort." She explained that the moment she began weaving a tapestry, she imagined the final image: a heroic knight, the colors of hope and determination blended to create a masterpiece. By focusing on her vision, she overcame fatigue and stress, letting confidence flow through her hands. When critics approached and questioned her skills, she replied, "My confidence is not given by a glance. It is built by the rhythm of my craft." In modern entrepreneurship, self-belief can be seen as the thread that strengthens the fabric of a venture. When business founders maintain a clear vision grounded in confidence, they are less likely to be derailed by setbacks. They weave, step by step, the reality they desire. Practical lesson: Confidence is not a static trait. It's a thread that intertwines with action and vision. How to apply it today. Sketch a vision board reflecting your ultimate goals. When obstacles arise in your project, revisit that board, reminding yourself of the confident design you intend to bring to life. Conclusion. Ian's craft teaches us that confidence is a pattern created by focused effort and clear vision, and that even the smallest thread, our belief, can form spectacular tapestries when woven with persistence. Call to action. If you feel ready to weave confidence into your own story, please give this video a like, share the thread of inspiration with someone else, and subscribe for more ancient wisdom in contemporary life. Reflective question. What thread of self-belief will you begin weaving today, and how will it shape the fabric of your future? Philosophy Spotlight, Grand Legacy of Greek Philosophy. The Greek philosophical tradition, with its revered thinkers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, offers a roadmap for cultivating self-belief and confidence. To distill this heritage into a single principle, we focus on a simple concept: know thyself. This idea, rooted in the Delphic maxim, drives the ethical and intellectual inquiry of Greek scholarship, prompting us to align our inner selves with our outward actions. Socrates, the most emblematic figure, championed dialectical questioning. He believed that by constantly interrogating our beliefs, we illuminate the true nature of our virtues. Through probing questioning, we remove false layers of influence, fear, doubt, societal expectations, and discover our authentic self, which is the bedrock of confidence. From Plato's theory of forms, we learn that the world we experience is merely shadows of perfect, ideal realities. A modern professional confronting self-doubt may ask, what core strengths, like an ideal form, lie beneath my apprehensions? By focusing on these inner forms, they can project confidence in the external task. Aristotle's notion of the golden mean emphasizes balance. Neither excess nor deficiency of emotions yields virtue. In the realm of confidence, this translates into practicing measured self-esteem, avoiding overconfidence, which breeds hubris, and avoidance of underconfidence, which induces stagnation. Confidence thrives when we navigate the middle path, recognizing our true capabilities and acknowledging areas for growth. Extracted lessons for today. 1. Introspective clarification. Practice self-questioning to discern genuine beliefs. A simple daily habit, record 3 questions: who am I? What do I truly want? What evidence do I have? And review your responses. This mirrors Socratic dialogue, sharpening self-belief. 2. Vision alignment. Adopt Plato's ideal form. Envision your ultimate potential and let it guide actions. In strategic business decisions, ask, which choice aligns with my ideal self? 3. Balanced self-assurance. Embrace Aristotle's mean. When faced with a daunting task, gauge your confidence level. Am I confident enough to proceed, but not so sure that I disregard risk? Adjust accordingly. These lessons weave directly into our overarching theme that self-belief and confidence are cultivated through reflective practice, visionary alignment, and balanced action. By adopting these timeless principles, we anchor confidence not to fleeting successes, but to a stable, evolving self-conception. Connection to the script. Each chapter illustrated the Greek, Indian stories, and modern applications, showcasing that regardless of cultural origin, the route to confidence involves self-knowledge, purposeful creation, quiet integrity, fear transformation, and woven vision. The philosophical spotlight underlines that all these stories share rootedness in the Greek pursuit of intellectual self-mastery, giving a cohesive backbone to the script. Final reflection. The path to belief in ourselves is paved by stories that cross time and culture. The goddess Persephone taught us that doubt dulls our radiance. The sage Veinana reminded us that action uncovers hidden strengths. Athena showed that genuine courage lies in calm conviction. Maya and Badrak taught us to transform fear into motivation, and Ian, the weaver, demonstrated how vision and effort coalesce into confidence. Greek philosophy provides the foundational lens, a disciplined inquiry into the self, a vision aligned with ideal forms, and the measured balance between excess and deficiency. When you integrate these ancient threads with modern practice, tiny daily goals, reflective questions, intentional action, you spin a tapestry that is uniquely yours, resilient and radiant. So, as you step forward, remember the silver coin, the cracked pebble, the quiet warrior, the phoenix, and the weaver. Let each remind you that you possess the power to illuminate, to create, and to grow. Call to action. If you're struck by these stories and insights, kindly hit the thumbs up button, share this episode with someone who needs a confidence boost, and hit subscribe to explore more timeless wisdom. Closing question. Now that you hold these ancient lessons in hand, what first step will you take to deepen your self-belief and confidence today?